Hey, what's going on everybody? My name is Cruz and welcome back to another video. In this one, we're going to discuss different pickups and how I personally use them. Let's get it. Before we officially get started, I just want to remind you all that we are trying to give this Soundstone Sustainer away. Once I hit 3,000 subscribers, I'll link the original video that describes what this thing sounds like and also the details of the giveaway right up here. Without further ado, let's get started. This video sort of stems from the age-old question that inevitably most guitarists will get over time, and that is, why do you need so many guitars? Part of the reason why I personally own so many different guitars is because I like to get different sound variations from my guitars. And though I'm perfectly satisfied with using just one kind of guitar, one kind of sound, in fact, I prefer the Telecaster type of tone, that doesn't mean that I still don't want to capture certain sounds for different reasons. And today I want to show you some of the different tones that we can get simply by changing out some of the pickups that we use. Let's start with single coils, more specifically a Strat style single coil. With Strat style guitars, it's usually a 5-way selector switch. For me, the sweet spot being that 2 and 4 position. Let's show you some of the sounds. I'm going to start with everything clean, give you every pickup position, and then we're going to add grit on top of that to give you some overdrive, and so you can hear what those pickup positions actually sound like with some overdrive on it. So as you can hear, somewhat thin sounding, but clear. My preference is to use that kind of a sound clean. However, I don't mind adding grit on top of there. Let's move right along. We're sticking with single coils, but now we're going to use Telecaster single coils. A tad bit thicker sounding, a tad bit more mid-range focus. It's my personal preference and what I enjoy using on a daily basis. So this is the Telecaster. Only 2 pickups, but I think you get a great variety of tones, not as many as the Strat, but I think more usable tones in my opinion, but that's just my personal preference. Let's move right along. Let me introduce you to some humbucker tones. These are mini humbuckers, so not full size. I favor these a lot because I'm a single coil guy, so sometimes going from a single coil guitar to a humbucker guitar is a little bit too dramatic for me, and I like to have a sort of in between, a thicker sounding single coil maybe. Much like the Telecaster, it is a three-way selector switch, so you're going to hear the same variations in tones, but you'll hear the thickness, the difference. Much thicker sounding, however, still has some clarity to it. That's why I enjoy the mini humbucker. Let's move right along. Let me show you some full-size humbuckers. Making a second appearance on the channel is the Close Apollo Pro. Now, this particular version has push-pulls and a bunch of different variations in sound, but I'm just going to show you the humbuckers and the three-way selector switch and how they sound. You're going to hear a noticeable difference. I'm not changing amp settings or pedal settings in any kind of way. So because the humbucker is a much hotter pickup, it's going to push my sound overall, and it's going to take it into sort of breakup territory. But let's just hear what they sound like so you get an understanding of what a full-size humbucker sounds coming out of my rig. So as you can hear, much thicker sounding, as I mentioned before, more edge of breakup, and definitely lends itself more to maybe grit and distortion, I think, personally. But now let's quickly talk about in what context I would use all of these sounds. For me, the Strat style sound lends itself very beautifully to clean tones. That's what I typically will gravitate towards. Nice chord progressions, or maybe even sort of a finger picking type of chords. For the Telecaster, for me, that's an all-around go-to. However, I really enjoy using it for first stage breakup, maybe even some articulation type of stuff. The mini humbucker is a little bit more aggressive, so I tend to use it for either lead lines or fatter rhythm tones with maybe grit on there, some overdrive, even distortion. Then the humbucker for me is a very specific tone. It's something that I would probably only use here in the studio when I want a nice fat lead sound. So here's a quick little song that I put together showcasing all of the sounds and how I would use them. I hope you enjoy it. Well, there you have it. Those are all of the sounds and how I personally would kind of use them here in the studio. And I hope if you send this video to a loved one, they understand just a little bit more why you need so many guitars, because they have different sounds. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to do all the things that help this channel grow. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't done so. We are trying to get 3,000 subscribers so I can give this bad boy away. Check out some of the links that I have in the description box below. Some of those links are actually affiliate links and help the channel out financially. You can also donate directly to the channel by clicking the thanks button that YouTube includes in all of my videos. Thank you all so much for watching, and until next week.